Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform.
And we're back. And our next guest is someone you should be familiar with if you listen to the show. He's been on the show before. He also is the sponsor of the show. So please welcome back the creator of So What's the Scenario, the hip-hop debate game, our good friend, Kenny, the sponsor.
Gunshot. And claps. I appreciate it all. Thank you guys for having me again. Part deux.
Listen, more than a guest, more than a friend, show some respect, Moles. This is our boss. Okay, workplace etiquette.
Chill.
All right. He's the only boss we have. You know, we're free men. We're out here doing what we want, but we got to make sure we're bringing in the prophet. And I don't mean the prophet Isaiah Atherton. I mean,
listen, maybe you have this kind of energy for the sponsor because you feel guilty of maybe some HR misdiscretions and indiscretions. I'm good. My conscience is clean. All right. Listen, me and the sponsor, we were talking on the phone the other day. Okay, and we were just laughing about, the state of the game today.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And all the biters and, shark redacteds out there trying to be like Rab, trying to be like, so what's the scenario?
Yeah,
it's cute and it's very flattering. But
yes, it is.
We're here with the originators. One of the originators and innovators in the card and hobby space, and definitely originators in the extreme podcasting space.
Talk to him.
A bunch of originals tonight, okay? I was saying to Wolves, I was on the phone with Wolves in Target. I'm in there often. I do a lot of food delivery, and that's one of my chosen rest stops. They got nice bathrooms. And I was in there and I was talking to Wolves. I was back in the toy aisle because, sometimes I'm looking at the wrestling figures, seeing if maybe he has a tip or something I could flip or something. I don't know. But that board game aisle is a mess. They'll put anything out. And I'm like, we need that real stuff on the shelves. We need So What's the Scenario out there? Because they got something.
Yes,
it
sir.
was called like Poopy Granddad or something. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
It's a bunch of crazy shit. I've seen it too. And it's always a mess. Yeah,
it's always a mess. Yeah.
Soon come.
Yeah. But right now, we're here to figure out who we are, folks. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lifelong journey, self-discovery, but hopefully we can take a big chunk out of that with this review. It's track 3, Who I Am. Okay, this is a Joel Santana solo track produced by the Heatmakers. They produce a lot of stuff on here. Before we get into the song itself properly, the sponsors here, Kenny's here. Of course, you have any background info with this album you want to share? All of that stuff. Tell us how you came to know of the Diplomats.
Sure. Well, okay. Shout out to my boy Billy King. I went to high school where he put me onto the CD. At least that's what my memory tells me. It could have also been State Property too. They kind of came around. I came out around the same time, but I'm pretty sure it was this too. So yeah, shout out to him. He put me onto the CD in 03, and I was hooked after that. Being from the DMV area, which is DC, Maryland, Virginia, for those who don't know. I knew about Cam from before that. He had a couple projects before he dropped Come Home With Me and would sign with The Rock and all that. The Diplomats, I know. I'm sure Moose is the same with you. The Diplomats was a whole movement, watching Rap City, The Basement, and the fashion, their lingo, the whole 9/11 stuff that they was on, even though it was very controversial and kind of weird. And then the beats on top of that and just their whole style was crazy. And it started with this. I'm sure in New York, a lot of this stuff was probably already heard before because this was on mixtapes. I didn't know nothing about that. So this was kind of our first, at least from where I was from, where our first introduction to the Diplomats. And it took over. It took over where I was from, by storm. I know the Bout It that was on here. We was familiar with, and other stuff like that. But yeah, their whole movement took over, as I'm sure it did with the rest of of the regions.
You were talking about, actually, we just played the call on this episode here. You were talking about how, like, at the time that Webby and Lil Boozy Gangsta Music album was going crazy in the DMV.
Yeah.
And then this very diverse sort of like group of influences coming out of there, right?
Definitely. That's why it's a very it's a very unique place on the map. I call it the bottom of the north and the top of the south, where you got a nice melting pot of all the different styles and regions that was going on. Very Cash Money, very No Limit heavy, but at the same time, mainstream radio and you watch TV, you'll get your Diplomats, you get your Nas's, you get your Jay-Z's, but Scarface and Devin and Dude are like gods of the DMV, and so like definitely a nice melting pot of just all the different stuff that was going on at that time. And then you got go-go on top of all of that, which is a whole different music genre altogether.
That's what I was gonna mention, by the way, because I lived there briefly, like in the 7th grade. It was like 2004. I spent like half a year in Virginia, and I have a bad memory of it. But it's not because, and I'll say this is a very important asterisk, not because of the black people there. Okay, I actually had friends in the neighborhood. I was in Stafford, Virginia.
Oh God.
Okay, so all right, so I wasn't. All right, I'm gonna just say this: I got real racist vibes the short time we were there. Yeah, okay, so I wasn't tripping.
Virginia is. Listen, Virginia is part of the DMV technically, but it's like not the whole state of Virginia. It's it's the metropolitan area. Once you step out of that, even the metropolitan part, no one likes going to Virginia because you're going to get pulled over immediately if you're black.
Oh,
so that's just the makeup of it. So you said Stafford, yeah. I can definitely see something going on.
Is there a base there, Mel?
Well, close by. My dad, it was like a little outside of the city. I forgot exactly where, but it was convenient to, I guess, live in Stafford because the commute was like not very long to where he was working. But I want to say, like, I had friends in the neighborhood and they were all cool. Same thing when I went to like North Carolina the next year. Like, the people who I was actually cool with were like very cool, very welcoming. But I just want to say, like, the music, they might be, Mools and I were just talking about after the gangsta music review we did on Rav Express with Boozy and Webby, like, Louisiana might just be like a hotbed for good rap.
They got the sauce,
most definitely.
That's a musical city, you know what I mean?
Most definitely.
But I'm thinking maybe this DMV is because you said like it's kind of eclectic, it's a melting pot, and I think about the sounds that come out of the area. I mean, like Pharrell, that's DMV, right?
Yeah,
Missy, yes. Timberland, like they're out there.
Yeah.
They do some stuff.
Teddy
man.
Riley,
like,
all that's all
that's my main man. Okay, that's that New Jack Swang. Okay, I love that. So I mean, listen.
I mean, even to an extent, based on what you're saying, Wale going from the more boom bap, the roots influenced, go-go influenced kind of music he was making early on to doing the MMG thing as not as big of a leap as maybe one would think.
Yeah. No, he was definitely familiar with both types of sounds already.
Right.
Just growing up, I'm sure he was growing up and the influences that we had. Like through,
Fat Trell, for example, coming out just making like straight up like trap music, basically.
Yeah. All of that is in us. All of it.
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about Pharrell an hour ago in the group chat, and like my man Styles, friend of the show, he was like, "Yeah, Pharrell was rarely on Earth." Like he's just like that's how he describes his production, like it's out there. But go. I was just gonna say because my dad's actually living back in Virginia now. Like he's out of the military, he's there like teaching, like he's a teacher.
Okay,
and he was like, he listens to the radio around there often. He was like, I just don't get this go music, and I'm like, well, see, Dad, we're different because like I have a lot of different tastes. So like I rock with that stuff, but like to him, he's like, I don't get it. But
it's
I'm like,
experience. It's an
experience. Like I feel like that. This Jersey Club, which is getting more popular now, Uzi and things like that. Like that area just might be just a hard area, like musically, and I never really thought about it until now.
Oh,
Like they
most
got
definitely.
a lot
I
of.
mean, the greatest. Well, I won't say the great. Well, I will say the greatest. Fuck it. Marvin Gaye is from DC. Okay, so enough said.
Yeah, that's my Aries brother, Marvin Gaye. Okay. Shame what happened to him, but
Yeah.
we got great records out of that man. Okay.
Most
I mean,
definitely.
I was, well, I love Marvin Gaye, but yeah. So the Diplomats were popping there.
Yeah, they made their ways for sure.
Word. Well, yeah. This specific track we were discussing earlier. Moose has brought in his archival audio, I guess, more than a couple times. Like, what did you say,
yeah.
Moose? Like, you was like,
I've just found any way I can to shoehorn it, or I use it as a way to explain, like, why I'm not feeling Juelz as a rapper after a certain point. Like, I really only like him on this album and on his first album. By the time he gets to the Whistle song and What the Game's Been Missing and the shit with Wayne, I feel like he's lost all of the energy in his voice.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. And see, and that's always interesting to me because when I first started hearing him, it was around that Whistle song era. So like, I thought like Pete Juelz was like that and the stuff he was doing with Wayne.
That to me is like Uptown Big Sean.
Oh,
like
man,
I just feel like it's devoid of the conviction and the passion and the energy.
It's the hunger.
Yeah, it's to me just like cool guy kind of punchline rap.
Have y'all heard the new Cole the new Cole song? The
Procrastination?
I have.
Yes.
I have. I liked it.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, it's actually one of them. Like I'm not a huge Cole fan, but like this is one that I'll keep on the playlist. But he says something in the song. He says, "How do you tap into hunger when you don't got wonder about where your next meal is coming from?" Yeah. And I feel like Juelz is the perfect example of that. Like he was hungry on this. He was hungry on them the mixtapes before this, and he was still hungry on his first joint. But after that, he didn't have the wonder no more. He was good, and all that hunger.
And he started making like nursery rhyme rap. Basically, it was a totally different thing.
You know what's funny? I want to speak to that bit because he was always. I feel like because I was listening to this. He was always a nursery. He does this thing where he'll rhyme a bar and then rhyme the same fucking bar in the next bar, but just change one word in the bar.
It's like, bro, the difference is just in that hunger though. When he used to do it, and he sounded like he was banging on the door outside just for a cup of soup. It's like, oh my god, this guy's laying it all out here. This is like one of the. This kid feels like he's almost like beyond his years with the depth of his emotion.
Exactly.
And then, he just kind of becomes, he's just a guy.
He was lazy. After a while, it became really like, bro, you're just lazy.
And it just started to sound like music for like kids and, like the hot girls of the time, basically.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was a kid and I was singing the Whistle song in 8th grade with a hot girl. So you're not wrong. I mean, it was good shit to me, but yeah, I feel you. And Kenny, I'm glad you noticed this. I'm sure it's noticeable. Like, I mean, in this very song, as we'll get into, there's examples of this, but yeah, this is apparently a time where Juelz was still hungry. I mean, there's a line on this album where he was talking about like something to the effect of like, we had it together. We just didn't have like the marketing or something. Like he'd been waiting on this moment, you know?
Right.
Like, so I relate to that. I connect to that. And, yeah, this track for me, I'll kick it off if y'all want me to. I'll give it a rating. Okay. I'm going, and I was really on the fence all week about this, and I hope I don't upset nobody. 7+.
No, what the hell? I mean, come on. It's not the Mel 7-. It's not a 6.
Yeah, it's not the Mel 7-.
I'll explain what kept it from an 8- because I really kept leaning there. I'm like, but 7+ for me. How about y'all?
For me, it's a 9 minus.
Ooh.
This is tied with 3 other records on the album for favorites. So this is like top 4.
Okay.
Interchangeable with 3 other records. 9 minus.
Right.
Wow. Okay. So listen, when this came out, this was a 9 minus 9. It was a 9.
Word.
But for some reason, I don't know. Like I still like the song, but I don't listen to it anymore. And I don't know why. There's other Jewel songs that I listen to more than I listen to this one. When I make my playlist and when, playlists that I made over the years, this doesn't get on the playlist for whatever reason. Wow. And I don't know why. So because of that, I'm also was teetering back and forth. I'm going to go with a 8 minus.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what that is. That's a 3 consecutive numbers.
Oh, wow.
That's a royal watch. Gonna hit the drop.
To all my niggas that living it up,
what
you do.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a royal watch. So yeah. Listen, we got a whole spectrum of enjoyment here, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm ready.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just tell you off the bat. It's the beat. It's this great beat that's trying to trick me into this 8 minus. This beat's been in my head all week, okay? And it's because this is heat.
Was this your first time hearing this?
No, it wasn't my first time hearing it. It was my first time hearing it in full and like locking in with it. Because Mools have been playing it, through archival audio throughout the seasons. I'd heard it in passing in different ways, but like this was like me finally locking in with the song. And yeah, listen, this this OJ is who am I? Who am I? Second man can never, ever cry. That's what I'm here for. Yeah,
We're gonna play it soon. Okay, we're gonna go through the sample, the history of the sample. I've played all the things pretty much before, but this is
my favorite part in the beat, and it's perfect for Jewel's. When he's halfway through the verse and the drums kick out and it's just ba 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 and the drums come back in. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The interplay with the sample. Yeah, who are you?
Yeah. Oh, cool. Can we talk for a second? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. For this track, the background commentary from Jewel's is some of the best that I've ever heard in any song. I like that. The ba 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 ba, the ba ba ba. That's hot. That's hot. Yeah. Light up a blunt. Zone out. Yeah. It's amazing.
Bro, I literally wrote like it's these statements in the banter like speak to my core. It's just like him just talking. I think niggas don't cry. We do.
Yeah, right. We also talk about real shit. But at least most of the time we do. We talk about some bullshit too, though, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Just honesty.
It's absolutely true. Yes. Like I know these aren't bars. Like he's not rapping them, but they hit me like bars. Like, man, I got to get my thoughts together. I'll be thinking a lot. Like, yeah, me too.
Yes. Genius idea to not put an actual course on this and just talk shit through it.
Yeah, exactly. That's that. They had Diplomats as a whole, I think had a great feel for when to let the sample just speak.
Yes.
That's that powerful music. When I was talking about like this, they called it powerful music. They meant it. Like,
yes,
a lot of this stuff, it gets in your soul. And, obviously shout out to Heatmakers. This album is the greatest showcase of the Heatmakers by far, with all these production credits on here. And I'm a fan of the flip. I got to say, I've been a fan of all the verses on this song forever, but the third verse, perfect verse alert for me.
Ooh,
about his mom. Third for you.
Oh, third.
Yeah.
Okay.
The third is perfect verse alert for me. The first is close to perfect verse alert. The second I like a lot as well. They're all really good
okay,
verses.
what was the second for me? That was like the verse of the song for me.
Me too. I called it a near perfect verse alert.
Same. Same thing. Almost a perfect verse.
Because he does this big bucks, that part, like, all right, you kind of fucked it up there. But other than that, it's, it's a classic.
You know what it is from the first verse that I always think about? when he goes, repping my targets, say, shoot and move wherever my targets land. Damn shit, I see ghosts when I sleep. It's really, I gotta wake up just to know I was asleep. Holding the heat, cold sweat all over my sheets.
And in the background, damn.
Yes.
All of that. And then how he ends it with no oil and hot water, just boiling hot water, cooking coke to the oil and hot water. Like,
that's right.
That shit is hard. You know?
Exactly, but who am I?
I'm giving listen, a 10, a 9, and an 8. You know, verse 3 a 10, verse 1 a 9, verse 2 a 8.
Okay.
So
speaking of verse 3 real quick. My boy, shout out my boy Cotty. We went to college together. He has the first part of the third verse tatted on his arm with his mother's picture on it. Shout out to him. Just to go show you that's a powerful verse for a lot of people.
That's real. Yeah, I mean, in that verse, Moles, I feel you on that because there's this kind of like, I'm not saying it has the same like gravitas or like dramatic weight of like You by Kendrick, but it toes that line between like this sort of like vulnerable, drunken, like, man, he recorded this, like, you know, and like put out for the world to hear. Like, there's this sort of like
there's a rawness to it.
There's
rawness to it.
Like think about 03. We got 50 Cent on the scene, right? The most gangster rapper that you've ever seen up until that point, probably. And then you got this song where I honestly, besides Pac, I didn't really hear about, and maybe Scarface, didn't hear about rappers talking about crying. You know, like, and like, yeah, y'all niggas don't think we cry? Like, yeah, we. Yeah,
you know what was going on this year? 03. Many Men.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Many Men. Okay. Who I Am, which we're talking about right now. 03. T.I. Well, we talked about on trap music, but, you know, Be Better Than Me. And Still Ain't Forgave Myself from the last album. And then you've got 03, right? You've got, am I tripping? Did Speakerbox Love Below come out in 03 or 04?
It was 03, I believe. The end of 03. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, in 03. September 03.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, listen, on both discs, there's songs that I think are really emotional.
Look, and they try to say that rap didn't get vulnerable until, like, you know, the 20s. Come on, listen, this was the year of male vulnerability.
There's a lot of vulnerability in the streets, okay?
Okay.
03, though? I could keep coming up with examples.
I just want to say, like, this is, in this third verse, this is probably the best example of this Jewel's flow that you brought up, Kenny, and how effective it can be, you know, despite its simplicity. Like, he'll change a word. It's the same phrase, but it's like him talking about his mom. Like, you know, just know somebody's trying to violate you. I slide H through the side of their facial. You know, squeeze and rip apart the side of their facial. He's repeating the phrase, but like it's that conviction.
Right.
You know, it's
which is like just so lacking from, you know, post 03 Jewels, I would say.
You know, yeah, it's just you mentioned now. See, Kenny, I actually like this, but because I'm wacky, but like this is a comical picture when he's like, you know, my life consists of a big puzzle that's all mixed up. That bar is hard to me, but big bucks, big drugs. If I get caught, then it's big cups.
Oh, you thought about some big cups?
I just pictured comically large cups on Jewel. Like, so big, he could just slide his hands out of them. It's like, yeah, Big Baylor gets up. Like,
right.
It's very simple rhymes, but like, this era of him, it just works.
But right after that, I need to find another role to follow. One that's new and strong, not old and hollow.
That's real rap. That's real rap to me. Okay, that's actually a bar. Like, I wouldn't expect that out of Jewel's usually. Like, that has some weight to it.
It was poetry.
You know? Yeah.
It is. By the way, it's a year earlier, but I was thinking of Dance by Nas on Godson. He talks a lot about dealing with his mom's death and everything on that album. '03 though, another one we were overlooking is Ayo Kato from Grand Champ by DMX.
Oh, dogs that I call my friends. Yeah.
Praying for all my friends.
Is Grand Champ the one where he was holding the dog on the cover? Or
it's just
It's
a
just a
dog on
dog.
the cover.
oh, it's just a dog. Okay.
Yeah. It's like a pit bull
Nice.
on the cover. And it
Yeah,
had
got
Where the
shot
Hood
down.
At. That was the lead single, I believe.
Shot down with 50 in Styles.
Yeah, 50s on that one.
Yeah. This is
There's a song with Cameron on there, if I'm not mistaken.
Grand
I
Champ.
think you're right.
Well, let me see. Yeah, track 15, We Go Hard.
That'd be
Really?
it.
Yeah. Produced by No ID, huh? Oh, I thought this said Big Sean on the extra. No, Big Stan. Okay.
We know
Anyway.
about Big Stan. We did the DMX review this season.
Yeah, shout out to Big Stan. Okay. But I tell you, I'm a big stan of crying. And Mools, I officially have a counter to the running bit on this show of, oh, now we just crying. Okay. You don't think niggas cry? We do. This song is honestly, I might come back to the game one night only to do a freestyle about everything that makes me cry in 2023. Okay. Listening to Summer Madness. The Damar Hamlin situation made me cry. Okay. John Cena entrances make me cry. All the things that make me cry, I'm going to rap about. Okay. And I'm going to drop it on like Bandcamp or something. and then back away again. Okay. Because we need this in the
Thankfully,
streets.
we're doing the review right now, so that won't be part of the archival audio, but I do have some archival.
Okay.
We got the original sample here. It's the OJ's Who Am I? This is Who I Am, but the sample is Who Am I?
Right. Okay. Well, let me bring this in here. Okay.
A lot of OJ samples on this album, like 3 or 4 of them.
I'm going to say, and this song got me into wanting to hear the original samples. I'm pretty sure it was, and yeah, like I started digging after hearing this. So
Nice.
Shout out to this.
I'm gonna tell myself again. It's funny you mentioned that. I would say the project that did that for me was the Pink Lava Lamp by Charles Hamilton, because there was a lot of obvious samples on there, but like, yeah. Anyway, here's the OJ's Who Am I?
To think a man should never cry. I should have paid more attention to what she said. I just would.
I'm sure the OJs would agree. If it doesn't hit, you mustn't flip. Okay, but it hit. That's why the Heat makers flip.
God. All right, 7+. 7+. Like your rating of the song. We're gonna get into the flips, starting with AZ. Your World Don't Stop, off of the Do or Die album.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was a flip of this. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, for those that's locked in Comstock, My people sitting in San Quentin and Clinton. Rackers Allen, Crackers Allen. I wake up to them rapping tunes every afternoon. I be home soon. I see the board sometime after June. Met a couple of convicts that's way beyond sick. It seem they dig my style cause I be on some dawn shit. Laid back, I ran into some brothers from way back. Those I dug, we hug. Besides that, black, I don't say jack. I stay in tune with the sun, stars, and moon. Cause behind bars, you're doomed if your mind can't consume. But spiritual pain can bring forth physical pain. And without knowledge yourself, how else can a criminal change? And being locked up just ain't the life for me. Shit is way too trite for me. And coming home soon sounds so nice to me. But you can bet I'm bouncing out with mad props. And if I get chopped or not, baby pop, my world won't stop. Nigga, I got 25 to life up in here, nigga.
Yeah, it's that okay. Nice.
Never realized that.
Not mad at that flip.
Mel, pop open the most recent schedule email. When are we doing AZ Do or Die?
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Is it exclusive intel?
Yes, I would like to hear this.
Okay. Let's see. What are we doing? AZ Do or Die. Okay. Season 27.
Great. That means it's
It says
below
great.
It's under season 30. Anything
It's,
past season 30 seems far away. Below? Oh my goodness. It's happening for sure.
Bro, it says here that season 27 kicks off November 18th, 2026.
Okay, so we have a date
3 years.
already. Great. Bro, the show's been running for almost 3 years. This is nothing.
Oh, brother. They're going to be hitting us with that gift for that old white lady talking about I've been waiting 80 years or whatever.
Well, things had to move around for, reasons.
This is true. There are a lot of hip hop albums out there. You got to do them one at a time.
It was in season 13, but I had to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. Maybe I'll get it in there one day.
Okay.
Something sooner. But we got the record in question tonight, Who I Am, by the Diplomats, but really just by Joel's.
All right. All right. It's loading, and here it is.
Santana. I like that, man. That the pa 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 pa. That's hot. I like that. Yeah, who are you? Santana. Man. Y'all think niggas don't cry, man? We do. Yeah, man. I gotta get my thoughts together, man. I be thinking a lot, man. Light up a be crying sometimes too. But it's like, yo, the time is now, my grind is here. Shit, my body is focused, my mind's in gear. Let's start it. I'm moving at an unstoppable pace. I managed to reach the top of the race before it started. Damn, cold-hearted man, rip apart your man for the green dollar. Point wherever my targets stand, holler. Shoot and move from wherever my targets land. Damn, shit, I see ghosts when I sleep. It's real, I got to wake up just to know I was asleep. Holding the heat, cold sweat all on my sheets. That's why I paint the most vividest pictures for my niggas, my bitches in the same position I live in. No oil or hot water, just boiling hot water. Shit, cooking coke to the oil and hot water. Shit, but who am I, man? I can't tell you. I cry too, man. Fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Come on. Who am I? Shit is real, man. You know?
Well, we probably won't be hearing that again until season 27, folks.
Oh, when you bring this back as archival audio?
That's right. You never know who's listening. Some people might not want to hear this episode, and they'll be hearing it for the first time on that episode.
Good point. Some things get played once. Other things get played multiple times because it makes sense. I
mean, we've done most of the projects here tonight, and we have to return. Well, actually, no, we haven't done this one. We've done the one that came after this one. We have to return to The Room, though. Kenny.
Oh, The Room.
Have you been to The Room before?
See, I've been listening to you guys and talk about The Room, and I think I have an understanding of it, but not fully. So, no, I don't think I've been to The Room.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. If you don't, chances are, if you don't think you've been, you haven't been. I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also got a drop for that. I'll call it and I'll try to play it for y'all.
Okay.
When I call.
Well, we got to return to the room. This is Atmosphere with Little Man from You Can't Believe How Much Fun We're Having.
Okay, here we go.
Dear Jacob, I won't take up too much of your time. I know you're trying to get your video game grind on, and that's fine. Just give me a second to empty my face before I hit the road again to go and win this paper chase. I've been watching you and I'm proud of you, man. You're growing up to be the best man that you possibly can. I know you understand why I go out of town. I also know my days are colder when you're not around. Sometimes I wonder what it's like to be adapted to the fact that daddy never lived inside the same shack. And sometimes I get this pain in my stomach's pit. It's what I get, I'm convinced it's my punishment. For those nights I got drunk and let go at some bar in some city with some people I don't know. For all the times that the lines on your face reminded me of the days before the dragonflies escaped. It trips me out how you pick up all my traits, from the way that you spit to the fists that you make. I watch the way you try to keep your mom happy. Daddy learned that from you, you're supposed to learn that from daddy. I can't teach much when it comes to women. I drive safe and slow but don't know nothing about the engine. You're doing good, little man, that's all I really meant. I love you, you're my best friend, thanks for listening.
That's good. I don't mind that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I rock with that.
I've played.
Did he say he was getting his video game grind going on?
That's what I heard.
Okay, all right.
You know, I mean, that's what I was doing when I was a kid, for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we know about you, Mal. Okay.
Everybody play video games.
No, not you. You weren't using the PSP to play no video games.
Well, no.
Gosh.
Okay, I was also playing games, but yes, I was using the browser to look up illicit material, for sure. But what do you expect from a 13-year-old who has it's like
Who am I?
You put over. Come on, man. All right, shout out to Mr. Choose Asian Beaver, and what else we got here?
Wow, Mr. Choose Asian Beaver, that's a fucking throwback.
I know, right? Okay. It wasn't, and to be clear, it's not like a fetish thing, folks. It's just like it would pop up, and I'm like, oh, what's this? And it
was part of a network. There was Latina Caliente, fucking Asian Beaver. There was like a whole everybody's had their own show basically.
They did, for sure.
Asian Beaver, I'm lost. I don't.
It's good. Sometimes it's good to be lost.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah.
Well, we got one more, Mel, before we get out of here. We got Nipsey Hussle. We did this Crenshaw mixtape on Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
What was it, season 9? Season 8?
Season 9. Yeah, okay. Season 9.
So, yeah, we did this Crenshaw mixtape. I think we're both big fans of that tape.
I was a fan. I was a fan. Yeah. I like
Well, listen, you were proud to pay.
I was proud to pay. Yeah, for sure.
So this is that All Get Right featuring Jay Stone.
Got it. All right,
might have been the last time I played the Who I Am by Dipset.
Right. All right, here we go.
Smoking backwoods, Marathon OG. What? Hustle. Yeah, I feel brand new like I just started this shit. Like it's the beginning. I know y'all been waiting. My foundation solid, let's take flight. Ay, look, turn off the lights, turn up my mic, roll up some flight. Let's all get right. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. I got that good, still in the hood. I kept my word, yeah, my nigga, I made good. 6-figure niggas in them V12s. No 10 niggas, so you see well. My Cuban lane, that's 14K. My presidential, I wear it every day. It symbolizes how I'm enterprising. I came from Latin Dicky pockets, so I emphasize it.
I like the chops on that, you gotta love the chops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sample is just a cheat code, really.
It is. It might be, bro. I didn't hear one bad flip, so yeah.
But I do feel this is the superior flip. This is the flip.
Word.
Yeah. Shout out to
Beatmakers went crazy, man. Oof.
Yeah, I just looked up our ratings. I mean, you gave that Nipsey record a 8-. I gave it a flat 7. So yeah, the Jewels one is superior, you know. But the sample is hard to lose with that. I'm putting it in that damn Alicia Myers "I Want to Thank You" category. Okay, it's just
hit that
unfadable
McAfee drop.
Wait, you talking about the Shaboing Boy one?
Yeah. This is how I feel about who I am.
Here.
Amazing, astounding, marvelous, astonishing, phenomenal, breathtaking, smashing, superb, fabulous, fantastic, tremendous, wondrous, monumental, mind-blowing, terrific, radical, colossal, dynamite, staggering.
This man went through everything in a thesaurus. I'll never get over Weeknd just playing in the background.
That's what does it for me, really. It's the fact that Weeknd's now on his 5th WrestleMania theme.
He signed a deal with Vince.
He signed a deal with the devil. Okay.
Yeah. That fits his persona, I guess.
I can't wait for the music video about it.
Oh, brother, right. You know, bring that androgynous person back. That's a good person. I like that person's presence in the video. The only other thing I have to say about this record, of course, you know, being an Aaliyah fan, hearing him say, you know, hold this bottle, smoke this reefer, listening to some old Aaliyah, you know, it's like, I say, damn, and then the sample comes in, it's like by itself.
That's my favorite part of the song, I think.
You know, word. It's just, you know, I have to wonder, because he mentions at the end, "It's for you, Dame. It came from the heart." I know Dame used to date Aaliyah, right? So, like, maybe that was, you know, like, I feel you, my nigga, like, you know, hold your head.
Yeah, because she had died 2 years prior. So, yeah, I didn't make the Aaliyah connection until you just said it, but yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
I figured that's what he meant, you know, "It's for you, Dame." But I'll say, and I don't mind it, it doesn't bother me, but it's just one of those, yet another example of a rapper saying something where you know what they mean, but they didn't say what they mean. He's like, "A tear comes trembling down." And I'm like, well, tears don't tremble per se. I mean, you might tremble as you cry. Tears trickle down.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, there you go.
So,
trickle, yeah.
Right. But, you know,
well, hit that Jewels drop. You know, I know I'm wrong.
Yeah, no. Yeah, where's that drop? This is that is definitely one where I would have to let him rock on that. Let me see, Jewels. Damn, how come I can never find this drop when I need it? I'm gonna check how many drops we got, because it's like I just added like 10 more. Oh my god! All right, let's see. I don't know where it is. This is. Oh wait, I know how to find it. I'm tripping. I'm doing too much. Okay, this is why you have to keep your file tree organized, folks. So I'll go date created, because I know it's next to. Here it is. I got it. See, listen to me. The Windows Explorer Maestro.
I know I'm wrong, but I ain't gonna let these niggas come and treat me like I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, Joel. I do. Yeah. I rock with trembling down, the tears trembling down. But yeah, this is just it. I feel like there's still a chance if the song just hits me at the right moment, it could get over into that 8 territory. Because like it has a nearly perfect verse on here. The beat is money. I you know,
have songs where like they never hit me until a certain moment, and then they unlock for me, and I'm forever moved by them. Mm-hmm. And then I've had instances where a song is incredibly moving to me, like when I first hear it
right away,
and like in that year where it's first like out, and then you return to it, you know, a year or two later, and you're like, damn, it doesn't move me like it used to.
Like, yeah, it'll still be good, but it's not bringing you. I have examples on both ends. Like, you know, I think that Key song, It Gets Better, that was like a 9 for me the year it dropped. Now it's like an 8+. You know, I think it's 8+ is what I gave it. On the flip side, like You know, and on the R&B side, you know, my dad is probably the world's #1 Maxwell stan. So like, I grew up hearing a bunch of Maxwell, and the song "Lifetime," I always liked it a lot. Like, it was probably at 8, and then I think it's simply what happened. I got older, and I heard it one day, and like, I cried. You know, niggas cried too. It was a 10. It became a 10 in that moment. A song I'd heard hundreds of times. You know, so there's always a
once
chance.
you can apply the lyrics. Sometimes when once you can, you know, you grow up and experience stuff, and you're able to apply the lyrics to your life. It changed. Yeah, Lifetime. Yeah, that's a song for me. Definitely that changed as I grew and started listening more.
Word. Yeah. So, you know, it can happen. You know, that's why we got the I was fucking tripping.
What was the, like, it was like a kid's show or a movie. It's like, hey, it could happen. What's that? Angels in the Outfield?
You know, I don't think I've ever seen Angels in the Outfield.
Me neither.
I know of it. Let me see.
What's Hey, It Could Happen? Hey,
in the Outfield.
It could happen.
It is Angels in the Outfield.
It is.
Because I typed in "it could happen."
No,
I guess
it's not. It's not. It's a McDonald's commercial.
A McDonald's commercial? Then what are they showing me here?
Sir, maybe they say that in the movie, but no, it's a McDonald's commercial. Hey, it could happen. Now, if you search "Hey, it could happen," first result, 1994. Hey, it could happen.
Ah, okay. So you're thinking
or
of
McDonald's McWorld. Hey, it could happen. Throw that on if you don't mind. I'd like to hear
it. Okay, let's see. Was it McDonald's? You said 94?
Just write "Hey, it could happen."
Okay,
and you'll see it.
YouTube. Oh, here we go. Let's see.
If kids like me were running the world, I'd finally have my own room, and no one but my friends would be allowed to come in, because I'd have a special locker on my door. I'll have a super advanced chemistry set that I'll use to fix the ozone layer, and to cure that thing that happens to your head when you eat ice cream too fast. And when I'm having a Big Mac attack, I'll just go downstairs, because I'm having a Mickey D's that's on the back of our house. Then me and my friends can act totally goofy whenever we want.
Jonathan Edward Moore, pipe down or you'll be sent to your room.
Excellent. Hey, it could happen.
There it is. Hey, it could happen.
Listen, that man's room. You got to see the commercial. I'm giving that.
I'm requesting a new drop of me and my friends could be goofy whenever we want as a new rap drop.
When we really get buttery.
Yep.
Yeah, let me write it down.
That's crazy how much that sounded like my kids. Like, it sounds like them. That's something they would definitely say.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
It's so funny watching, like, old, especially the old shit, like, kids shows from when you were a kid with commercials left in, because the way that the ads, I don't know, it's like the kid actors, the way they talk in the commercials, that shit is crazy to hear as an adult. As a kid, they're talking your language.
Yeah.
Right.
As an adult, it's like, yo, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh, man. There was, it felt like there was more kid power in the 90s, you know?
Are kids still in the ads, like, acting a fool, basically?
I don't know, man.
I don't think so, because
really
kids don't watch
are.
TV anymore. Kids are on YouTube.
You know?
So I guess the ads, like, for action figures and stuff, what is it, just the figures, like, fighting each other or something?
Man, I don't...
There's no kids above the figures, like, you know, doing what they used to do? Oh, wow, cool! You know, like that? No?
I don't think so. I mean...
Not as much. Not as much.
I would have to check out, you know, like, Nickelodeon Cartoon Network to see the latest in kids commercial design, you know? I only ever see commercials when I guess I'm watching sports. Like, I finally saw, like, the new commercials when I was watching the NBA playoffs last year. And it wasn't, they just kept playing the same stuff. It was like crypto commercials. It was, I don't know why Chris Paul agreed to this, like this sleep ring, which is just like the jokes are right there. It's like you can't get a real ring, so you have to wear this like sleep monitoring ring. It's like, yeah, it's some commercial. What is the name of that thing? It's like Chris Paul sleep ring, the Aura ring. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, it's like tells you how much sleep you got, like when you should go to sleep. And it's like, come on, man. Of all the commercials you do, knowing how championships have eluded you, you do a ring commercial. You know, but commercials, they just ain't hitting like they used to. I know everybody likes this like Whopper jingle that's going around, I guess.
Oh, what's the jingle? How's it go?
Let me find it. I finally saw it and I'm like, flat six, you know, like
flat six. Wow.
Yeah. Flat six. Let me find this Whopper commercial.
Because it's not no, you know, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
Not even close.
It's not even the other. What's the other McDonald's jingle?
They got another one?
They had another. Yeah, they have multiple
before
ones,
Pusha T Ghost wrote that one.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Let's see. Is this the Whopper commercial?
That's a new one.
Yeah. They like this. They really like this song.
I don't like that
my kids
at all.
do too. My kids love it.
Oh, they love it?
BK, have it your way.
Oh, man.
I'll say this.
One of the most rundown establishments in the country is trying to push horse meat onto children by giving them a song. All right? This is the stuff.
I'll say this. Cam is like, you know, the father, friend of the show. He posted, someone had done a flip of that. That was like, okay, they're trying to get me to start singing this jingle, this Whopper. Let me find it. It was like, I mean, it was here it is. But you do anything to this and it's going to be good. Here it is.
Whopper, Junior, double, triple, Whopper, flame grill, taste with perfect toppers. I rule this day.
Now listen, if they had licensed that,
Yeah.
you know, oh man, I'd be at Burger King right now singing it in the drive-thru.
All right, that's Black Beauty on a bun, okay?
Okay. I'm just gonna hit this, even though I know it wasn't racist. It just sounded vaguely racist.
And you ain't black.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
One commercial. Well, like I say this saying like I say booyah, grandma, booyah, and I got that from an old Crash Bandicoot commercial.
Wow.
Back in the day, and I say it around my kids all the time. I'm like, "Where's that from?" And I finally showed them the commercial you could pull up on YouTube. And they're like, "Oh, so yeah, just type in "Booyah Grandma" and it'll come up."
Shout out to Crash Bandicoot. Let me see. Apparently, my man Kevin, his mom used to trot him out into the living room and make him do the Crash Bandicoot dances for college. Okay, let me see. Here it is. I found it.
Is it my imagination? Are we going like 1 mile an hour? What's going on here? Oi! Geezer! What? Our flight's in 10 minutes!
Well, we better hurry then, don't we?
Buckle up, boys, buckle up! Come on, mate!
So, let's face the facts. I'm hot, you're hot. Who wants to pet me?
Crash Team Racing. Once he gets behind the wheel, things get ugly.
You and me. Booyah, Grandma. Booyah.
This guy, he's in like a Crash costume and he's like
Yes.
Ubering people basically. They don't make him like this
I don't know
anymore.
why that stuck on me all these years, but it did.
Oh man.
So Kenny, we'll be seeing you pretty soon. I guess listeners will be hearing you on, the 10th, on Friday the 10th here, for the return of. So what's the scenario?
Yes, I can't wait. I'm excited.
Oh man. Yeah, I look forward to arguing with new people about rap. It's a bonding experience, is what it is.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually got a story. Back to this Jewel's track. This actually holds a pretty special place in my heart. So this came out like my junior year. So at this point, I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to be a rapper. So I wasn't. What the fuck was the point of college? So, but I said, my parents want me to go. I'm gonna try to get an associate's degree at least. And I was trying to figure out what I could do. And what I fell on was I could be a music video director. so I started creating like, what's it called? Sequences or
you like video treatments?
Yeah, treatments. I started writing up treatments. And one of the first songs that I wrote up a treatment for was this song. Yeah, 12303. I got it right here. I had to dig in my rap books to find it. So if you guys don't mind, I'd like to read it to you.
Oh, please do.
All right. So at this point, I'm like 16 or something like that. So I read it again, and it kind of doesn't make a lot of sense, but so forgive me, but I'm going to read it. All right. So I said the video starts. So imagine the song shit. The video starts with a picture of Jewel's birth certificate hanging on the bottom step. but
yes.
I don't know why you would have your birth certificate framed, but whatever. But you don't see his name. His name is blanked out, and also the picture is crooked. So I'm imagining that he has, like, those houses that split level. So as soon as you walk in the door, you got an upstairs. So I say, then the shot goes up the stairs looking at pictures, but you don't see his face in none of the pictures. Then the shot goes to him laying in the bed looking at the ceiling, but you only see his shadow. Then when the verse starts, he gets up and goes to the bathroom. Then he washes his face and looks in the mirror, but you don't see his face, just a shadow. So for verse one, I said, rip apart your man for the $green, show a stack of money, hold in the heat, cold sweat all of my sheets, show his bed with tangled sheets and the heat beside his bed. Very obvious stuff. Paint the most vividest pictures, show pictures of him in Dipset. No oil in hot water, just boiling hot water. Show the kitchen with a pot on the stove. Throughout the verse, Jewels is rapping the verse in a shadow on the mirror in a silhouette position. He also goes downstairs and writes the song. At the end of the verse, Jewels' two-way goes off and he grabs it, looks at it, and gets up to hit the block. So during the chorus, the beginning of the chorus is Jewels getting dressed to get out of the house. At the end of the chorus, a scene with the sun rising and Jewels is on the block, but you don't see his face. Just the shadow of the block with the sun rising. And also on the wall is a mural and it says R.I.P. Alias. I don't know why I picked Alias as the name. Maybe I didn't have a name yet, but it says R.I.P. Alias. So in the second verse, Jewels is hustling on the grind on the corner, and you can see the R.I.P. Alias mural behind him. What else? So I say, I need to find another road to follow when it's newest strong, old and hollow. Jewels sits on a stoop. He walks past the sign, the RP sign, and he's smoking and drinking. And he has a flashback of his man, and he begins to pour out his drink, and he looks up and he sees the man that killed his friend. And then he has a flashback of a drive-by. So that hold this bottle, smoke this reefer, listen to the old Aaliyah. When the drums get taken out, he sees a flashback of his friend getting shot. Then a tear come crumbling down. You got the, I know you guys seen the Trail of Tears shot. So that's Jewels. and then Jewel smashes the bottle and he gets up crying, ready for revenge. So then you got the second chorus. And in this part of the story, Jewels is going home to get his gun. I don't know why he didn't have his gun on him in the first place, but he goes home to get his gun, and then he jumps back in the car. So then the beginning of the third verse, Jewels is driving back to the block where he's seen the guy, and he's crying, and he's kind of going crazy. He stops at a light before the guy, right? And he cocks his gun. But when the light turns green, he looks down at his cell phone and it says "Mom's calling."
Oh man!
It said so then now he got all these dudes behind him beeping their horns and stuff, and he's trying to figure out what to do. So then he sees a guy, but he decides to take a left and he goes to his mom's house, and you still see the guy in the corner. So then he pulls up to his mom. She puts the heat away. He gives her a hug. He stays over for something to eat. So then after the chorus, so this is, he's talking about his mom. I love you, mom. Then at the chorus, he goes home. He looks at his birth certificate. Now you can see his name. The camera looks to a mirror where you can see his face, and he's smiling. He straightens up the birth certificate, and he goes upstairs. The end.
Wow. Hey, man. Hey, that was hard to me.
That was hard to me. That was not bad for a 15-year-old writing a video treatment. Yeah. I would say the only thing that would make that treatment not fly is Jay would see the treatment and he'd be like, I'm not giving y'all a budget to do all of that. You dipset. I'll give you a little bit.
Yeah, just a
studio
studio performance.
CGI on these shadows.
Yeah, but that sparked. So this song sparked that idea, and I think this was the first one that I wrote. I wrote only a couple more, but from that, I decided to say I'm going to try to go to school for that. I wound up not going to school for that, but that at least got me interested in wanting to go to school, and I picked a school, and met my wife at that school, and the rest is history.
Oh, man.
So shout out to Joel, shout out to the Heatmaker, shout out to Diplomats for sparking that in me.
And shout out to that treatment. I gotta say,
whoever fronts on that, you angry at something about yourself.
Okay, because that was a good treatment. I actually enjoyed that, and that lets me know, because the best songs like are the ones that make you think you're in a video, or you start thinking of video treatment.
Yes, yeah.
Like you don't do that for songs that like don't really move you like that. Yeah. You know, so
I had to do it for this one.
Word. Well, I guess now we know who we are. You know? Yeah.
Maybe who we were the people we met along the way.
Oh, brother. I don't know if that format applies there. Who we were the people we met. Well, I mean, you know, they say you are the company you keep, things like that, or, you know, like something, however it goes.
Damn it, Joel, you did it here, pal. You did it on this one.
You definitely did.
You did.
All right. You can never bring this passion back, so I have no notes for him as an individual. Just
one more thing.
Keep your gun out of the airport next time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, yeah.
The musket is more like it, but there's a part in this song that gives me chills every time. Even I was listening to it earlier, and it gave me chills. He has this one ad-lib right after that Aaliyah part. He says, whew. That part always gives me chills.
Sigh?
Yeah. It's real. Real.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's that.
You know what? Moves, I just figured it out. Once Jewels started doing that, once he started doing that, he
the A was the beginning of the end.
That was the downfall.
And I gotta say, the A was an F.
Because he doesn't do it on this album, I don't think. He starts to do it and Come Home With Me.
He does it a little bit on
not Come With Me, sorry. What's it? What's
the Games We're Missing?
What's the first one?
For Me to You.
Yeah. I think he started doing a little bit there.
On there.
Yeah. But once again,
he goes into A overload.
Yeah.
And that Santana. A.
Yeah. That was his downfall right there.
Oh, man.
A gimmick change, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He got too comfortable, man.
Himself. Yeah, exactly. He started smelling himself.
He got way too comfortable.
The bandana was a little too tilted, and yeah, he just...
Some people, you know, they never come in as hungry as he did, but they remain consistently good throughout their career. But
yeah,
he was letting off far too much steam at this point in time for me to look at what he was doing just even 2 years later as anything other than like, okay, someone's feeling nice and secure in their spot and they don't have to do anything anymore. But yeah. I mean, look, I could get into a whole rabbit hole of just the Jewel's story. And I've been advised not to by certain people, so I just won't do that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, he's definitely one of the biggest disappointments. I know y'all doing a season
Yeah,
next. I don't know if
it's not a season about Jewels, believe it or not. But
he's one of the greatest disappointments ever in hip hop.
Oh man. Well, I mean, it's never too late. I guess
it's far too late.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I would say it's never too late if it was like 08, 09-ish, and off the back of like, or even 2010, like off the back of a You Ain't Got Nothing on Me, off the back of a Beamer, Benz, and Bentley, maybe he gets the ball rolling again, but he's cooked, bro. He should just be happy that he gets the legacy act money of being able to tour with Dipset.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's boiling hot water at this point.
You know, the freaking lovers and friends type festivals where they're going to bank on the nostalgia of the mid 2000s. Him and Nelly.
It was
and
officially,
and them.
Yeah, it was officially over for Jewels when Jadakiss snatched his bandana off his head in that versus. After that, it's curtains for Jewels. Sorry, Jewels.
Oh man.
that was a tough moment. I remember.
You can't come back from that.
My man Styles, a huge Dipset fan, he was watching it. That like ruined his night. Like he went to sleep.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah.
After that, Jada put on one of the greatest performances ever.
Oh no, Dipset got packed out that night. It was not even fair.
That was tough. That was a tough scene.
I mean, but who am I? You know.
Right.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Who are we? Where
we found
are
out.
we?
We found out. Yeah.
Thank you again, Kenny, for coming on with us, and we'll be seeing you soon. I know we've got this game coming. Everyone's going to see, hopefully, and hear it, and this should be very exciting. A lot more players have stated that they're going to be entering the arena and hoping to take that belt off of the champ. We know last time I left with the belt.
Yes, you did,
brother.
And I've been a bit of a MJF, quite frankly, with the lack of title defenses. So I'm being told by Commissioner Kenny, if I do not defend the belt by February 10th, I will be stripped of the belt. So I gotta get ready for a big title
Classic
defense.
stipulation,
and it's a 6-pack challenge. Okay, so this shit is crazy.
Yeah,
we'll
right
be
around
seeing
the
you
corner.
for that.
Definitely
YouTube, you'll be getting it. Everyone out there who's hearing this, you'll see it on all the different feeds. So stay tuned. And Kenny, thanks again. You got anything to plug, by the way?
Absolutely. Let's plug Rap Rankings, this show right here. Let's do that. The best podcast in the world right now to me. This is one of the only podcasts that I listen to consistently. So shout out to you guys. Also, shout out to SoWhatGames.com. Use code RAB at checkout and get free shipping. There's still, when this comes out, maybe not, but there's still time to get your copy, and maybe you could participate with us and try to take this title from Moose.
All I'll say is over my dead body. Okay, so everyone, take care, be blessed. Thanks for coming out. God bless you. Good night. And when I retain the title on February 10th, I'll let you all know that I will not be defending again for another 6 months. Thank you very much. Fuck you.
Oh, brother. Okay. Yeah, Moles is on his MGF. Yeah, he's on his MJF for real. Okay, well, I'll hit this for you.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Okay. And
what did you all say at the end of this? He said,
all right.
What the fuck? No, not he said, yo, Jay, cut this shit off, man. That's what he said.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. All right. Thanks for coming out. See you for the rest of the review, folks.
Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform.